Hi, I'm Matilda. Everyone says our family is tight-knit, the kind that does Sunday dinners and group vacations. My brother Richard is the golden child investment banker. My mom Diana runs the local charity foundation, and my dad Thomas owns a construction company. And me? I'm the reliable one who keeps everyone connected. I was washing dishes when it hit me, pain like someone stabbed my right side. I doubled over, barely able to breathe. My roommate Casey found me on the kitchen floor. Holy crap, Matilda, what's happening? I don't know, it just hurts so bad. She didn't hesitate. I'm calling an ambulance. This isn't normal. The ER was a blur of bright lights and questions. The doctor pressed on my abdomen and I screamed. Classic appendicitis presentation, but I'm concerned it's already ruptured. We need to get you into surgery immediately. Fear washed over me. Can I call my family first? The nurse handed me my phone while they prepped me. I called Richard first. Hey sis, kinda in the middle of something? I'm at Memorial Hospital. My appendix ruptured. They're taking me to surgery right now. Seriously? That's awful timing. I've got this massive client meeting I can't reschedule. Keep me posted though? He hung up before I could respond. I tried Diana next. Mom, I'm going into emergency surgery. Can you come to Memorial? Oh, sweetie, I'm 3 hours away at the lake house with the girls. You know how these weekend retreats are. Is it serious? They said it's life-threatening. Well, hospitals are so good these days. Call me when you're out, okay? Love you. Thomas was my last hope. Dad, I really need someone here. They're taking me to surgery now. Stuck at work, kiddo. Major project deadline. Your brother or mother can't make it. The nurse was signaling it was time to go. No, they're both busy. You're a tough cookie. You'll be fine. Text me when you're done. I woke up hours later, groggy and alone. Dr. Patel checked my vitals, his kind eyes crinkling. The surgery went well, but your appendix had already ruptured. You'll need to stay for observation. Is someone coming to be with you? My family's busy. He patted my hand. I'll check on you frequently. For 3 days, Dr. Patel was the only consistent visitor. Casey came when she could between shifts. My phone buzzed with family group chat notifications, but no one asked how I was doing. I scrolled through social media while waiting for discharge. Richard had posted photos from a golf course the day of my surgery. Important client meeting # business on the green. Diana was sharing lake house selfies. Best girls weekend ever. And Thomas? Concert pictures with a woman I didn't recognize. Definitely not work. As I waited for Casey to pick me up, I scrolled back through months of texts and calls. Patterns emerged. My family only contacted me when they needed something. Birthday forgotten, but 3 calls when Diana needed help with her fundraiser. Richard borrowing money. Thomas asking me to dog sit. Ready to go home? Casey asked, wheeling in a chair. Yeah, and ready for some changes. I stared out the car window, jaw set. No more being the family doormat. No more. 2 weeks after surgery, I started a journal labeled Family Patterns. The first entry was about my hospital stay, complete with screenshots of what they were actually doing. You're seriously tracking all this? Casey asked, bringing me tea as I worked at my kitchen table. Look at this. Richard claimed he had an unmissable client meeting when I called from the ER. Here's his Instagram post from exactly 2 hours later, golfing with buddies. Not a client in sight. Casey leaned over my shoulder. What a jerk. Who does that to their sister? The same brother who borrowed $3,000 last year for a temporary cash flow problem but bought a new TV that weekend. My phone buzzed. Diana calling. I put her on speaker. Darling, how are you feeling? I've been meaning to check in. It's been 2 weeks, Mom. Well, you know how crazy the foundation keeps me? Anyway, we're planning the annual family reunion at the lake house next month. You'll handle the food arrangements like always, right? Oh, and Thomas and I were thinking we'd do a special anniversary dinner that weekend, too. My stomach tightened. I just had major surgery. But you're better now. Richard said he saw you at the grocery store, so you must be fine. Gotta run spa appointment. Casey stared at me after the call ended. Does she always talk to you like that? Like I'm her personal assistant? Yeah. I pulled up my bank statements, tracing a pattern of emergency loans to family members. None repaid. Then I found something worse. An old email from my freshman year of college. Holy crap. Look at this. Thomas and Diana borrowed from my college fund. They promised to replace it before graduation. Did they? Nope. I worked 2 jobs my senior year because suddenly there wasn't enough money for tuition. I dug deeper into my files and found the original paperwork for my college fund. My grandparents had set it up specifically for me, but somehow my parents had gained access. $30,000. They took $30,000. My phone chimed with a text from Thomas. Hey kiddo, need a favor. Can you watch the house next weekend? Going to a business conference? I searched his social media and found an event listing he was tagged in. A music festival, same dates, with the same woman from the concert photos. Casey, who's this woman with my dad? Casey squinted at the screen. That's Veronica from the real estate office. Everyone knows they've been seeing each other for months. My head spun. Mom doesn't... I spent the next week gathering evidence screenshots, bank records, text messages. The pattern was undeniable. Every family emergency, I showed up. Every time they needed money, I provided. Every holiday, I organized. And when I nearly died from a ruptured appendix, they couldn't be bothered. The family reunion is in 3 weeks, I told Casey as we reviewed everything I'd collected. They're expecting me to plan it, shop for it, and probably pay for half of it. What are you going to do? I smiled for the first time in weeks. I'll go to their reunion, all right. But I'm bringing receipts, literally and figuratively. It's time they faced exactly who they are. Won't they just deny everything? Not when I've got proof, and not when I show it to everyone they care about impressing. The day of the family reunion arrived. I walked into the lake house with a hidden recording app running on my phone and Casey following as my +1. Matilda, finally! The coolers still need ice, Diana called out, not even a hello. And did you bring the appetizer trays I asked for? Got them right here, Mom. Thomas wandered over, beer in hand. Hey, kiddo. Looking good for someone who had her guts yanked out. He laughed at his own joke. Those hospital bills must be a nightmare, huh? Good thing you've got that savings account. I forced a smile. Actually, I've been meaning to talk to you about finances. Later. Help your mother with the food. I positioned myself near different family groups, capturing conversations. My aunt asked about my surgery. Oh, it wasn't that serious, Diana waved dismissively. Matilda tends to make mountains out of molehills. I could have died from sepsis, I interjected. Always so dramatic, Diana rolled her eyes. Remember when she thought she broke her arm in 3rd grade and it was just a bruise? I slipped away to the kitchen where Casey was arranging food. Getting anything good? She whispered. Oh yeah, pure gold. My phone buzzed. Dr. Patel right on schedule. I answered loudly. Hello, Dr. Patel. Yes, I can talk. Wait, what additional test results? The room quieted. I walked outside, aware of concerned glances. When I returned, I looked appropriately worried. Everything okay? Casey asked, playing her part. Just some follow-up. Nothing to worry about right now. Richard cornered me by the dock later, nervously checking his watch. Hey sis, hate to do this, but I'm in a bit of a situation. Need about $5,000 to cover some investments that went sideways. Just temporary. 5th temporary loan this year, Rich? Come on. When have I not paid you back? He fidgeted with his expensive watch. Actually, never. You've never paid me back. His face hardened. Family helps family. I'd do the same for you. Like when I was having emergency surgery? That's different. This is financial, not... whatever. Can you help or not? I'll transfer it Monday, I said, watching relief flood his face. Diana trapped me in the kitchen, anniversary plans spread across the counter. The venue needs a $2,000 deposit by Tuesday. I've put you down for that, plus the catering costs. That's over $5,000, Mom. Well, Thomas and I gave you life, so it seems fair. She patted my cheek. Your brother's contributing the alcohol. A few bottles of wine versus thousands of dollars? He has his condo mortgage, sweetie. You still rent, so you have more flexibility. Throughout the day, Casey casually took photos and videos. documenting everything. After dinner, Thomas told stories about Matilda, the responsible one, all ending with me helping them out of jams. As everyone prepared to leave, Diana reminded me about finalizing the anniversary plans. Don't worry, Mom. I'm planning something unforgettable for the anniversary dinner. Back at my apartment, Casey and I reviewed our evidence. You sure about this? She asked. I plugged in my laptop, creating a presentation with all the screenshots, recordings, and financial records. Never been more sure of anything. Next Saturday, they'll finally see themselves clearly, even if I have to hold up the mirror myself. The anniversary party buzzed with conversation as I connected my laptop to the projector. Casey gave me a thumbs up from beside the speaker system. Time for toasts, announced the MC. I approached the microphone. I'd like to toast my parents, Diana and Thomas. 30 years together is quite an achievement. I clicked the remote. 3 months ago, I nearly died from a ruptured appendix. I called each family member while being rushed to surgery. The screen displayed Richard's golf photos, Diana's lake selfies, and Thomas's concert pictures, all dated the day of my surgery. This is what they were doing instead. Diana jumped up. Matilda, stop this immediately! Like you stopped taking from my college fund? The documents appeared on screen. Or asking for money while I recovered from surgery? I played the recordings. Diana dismissing my medical emergency, Thomas's jokes about hospital bills, Richard's loan demands. Richard charged toward me. Turn that off now. Afraid your investors might reconsider? I nodded toward 2 men in suits. They seem interested in your character, Rich. The older investor frowned. We'll be reconsidering our position. Integrity matters. That loan you requested? I donated it to Memorial Hospital's patient fund under Dr. Patel's supervision, the doctor who actually showed up for me. Diana grabbed my wrist. You're embarrassing us. For once, I'm putting myself first. I've accepted a job in Seattle and start next month. Thomas blocked my path. You can't just abandon family. Watch me. And if you contact me for money again, these financial records go to the IRS. I unplugged my laptop. Enjoy the cake, everyone. Yes, I actually paid for it. 3 months later, Casey visited my Seattle apartment. Any contact from them? I showed her my phone. Dozens of ignored messages. Richard lost his investment deal. Mom's foundation had donors withdraw, and Dad's girlfriend wasn't happy to learn she was the other woman. Miss them at all? I glanced at my new photo. Me with Dr. Patel and the hospital volunteers I now worked with remotely. I miss who I thought they were, not who they actually are. My phone buzzed. Please call. We're sorry. Family should stick together. Diana. I deleted it without responding and turned to my friend. Ready for dinner? My treat? This time I'm spending money on someone who actually cares. What would you have done in Matilda's position? Was her public takedown of her family justified revenge for years of selfishness? Or did she cross a line by humiliating them in front of their social circle? Some might say family deserves forgiveness no matter what, while others believe toxic relationships should be cut off completely. Where do you stand? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this story of justice served cold, hit that like button and subscribe for more revenge tales that'll have you cheering for the underdog. New stories every day.